May is doing a lot more than just bringing sunshine and cute outfits, okay? It's bringing truth, history, visibility, and yeah, a little bit of accountability too. Because this month, we're recognizing moments that actually matter. On May 17th, we are honoring the International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia. A global reminder that people deserve to live, love, and exist out loud without fear, without shame, and without having to shrink themselves to make others feel comfortable. We also, on May 22nd, celebrate Harvey Milk Day, honoring Harvey Milk's legacy. And yes, this hits a little different for me because I am from the Bay Area. But I also know the white gays love Harvey Milk too. But his legacy is felt. It's in the streets, it's in the culture, and it's in the community. He showed us what it really means to be visible, to take up space, and to fight for the future where we all belong. On May 24th, we uplift Pansexual and Pan-Romantic Awareness Day because love is not one size fits all. It doesn't follow rules. It doesn't stay in a cute little knee box. And honestly, it never was meant to. And all month long, we are celebrating Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Month, recognizing cultures, the stories, and the contributions that continue to shape everything around us, even when they don't always get the credit they deserve. May is also National Military Appreciation Month, a time to recognize those serving, the veterans, the military families, and the sacrifices that often go unseen. And while we honor service, we also have to hold space for the complicated reality that there are troops right now deployed and caught into conflicts across the world. Real people, real families, real lives. These people are impacted every single day. Supporting people who serve should mean caring about the human cost of war and the responsibility that comes with it. And last but certainly not least, we can't talk about what's happening in May without uplifting our women and mothers this month. And happy Mother's Day to my own mother and all the women in my family. Now, at the Hella Chisme Podcast, you already know, we don't just talk about culture, we live it. We hold space for real conversations, for visibility, and for some nuance. And for the people who deserve to be heard in full color, not watered down. So this month, I encourage you, and it's real simple. Check in with what you know, challenge what you don't, and show up for the people loudly, proudly, and intentionally. And most importantly, celebrate people for exactly who they are. Because that is the real chisme, girl. All right, y'all, quick pause. If you've been watching, listening, vibing, and you're not subscribed yet, that's suspicious behavior. It's giving sus. Go ahead and subscribe to the Hella Chisme Podcast on YouTube. That's at Hella Chisme Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Hella Chisme Pod. And yes, we're on TikTok too. And you can follow us at Hella Chisme. And to my professional June scrollers, if you scroll for 52 minutes straight but can't hit follow, be serious. The algorithm is already fighting us. Don't join it. Leave a comment on this episode. Tell us what you think. Drop your favorite moment. Argue with me respectfully. The comments help more than you know. And wherever you're listening, whether that's Apple, Spotify, wherever, make sure you subscribe there too. Don't just consume the chisme. Participate in it, girlfriend. Help us beat the algorithm before it decides we don't exist. Subscribe, follow, comment, share, girl. You know, being a part of this community, just to let you know, it's fun over here because we're building something and we're building something beautiful. Make sure to be a part. Welcome back to another episode of the Hella Chisme Podcast. My name is Dana, and I'm your host. What's up, y'all? So I'm doing something a little different today. I am actually live on TikTok while I'm recording this week's episode. So if you're watching this after the fact and you continue to see me look over, it's because I'm looking over at my iPad where I'm actually live at. And actually, I have my little microphone here, my little cute little green microphones. These things are so cute from Rhodes. I mean, if you know me, you know this show, you know my obsession with the color green. I mean, they're so cute. And they're not sponsoring, but if they decide to sponsor, call me. Um, let's remove the AI note taker. Um, but yeah, I'm recording a live episode. Well, I'm recording while being live on TikTok, which, you know, if you've been listening and you know the show, you know that I've been a work in progress when it comes to going live and trying to jump into the live land, the land of lives, the land of the tickety talk. Although, I do what I can when I can, but it's just not always it has not always been my ministry. But we trying tonight, and hopefully people while they're coming in on live, they heart the screen, join in on the conversation. They enjoy. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see how things go. Um, but for those of you watching this episode after the fact, I'm having a lovely cocktail tonight. I'm having a tequila mockingbird, which is made of tequila, obviously, but I don't remember. There's a tequila that I like from Trader Joe's, but the one I'm drinking, I think, is one I bought from Bevmo. It's like in a very old school vintage bottle, like it's homemade tequila or some shit like that. Um, and it's made with tequila. It got a little bitters in it. It got some lemon, a little. I did honey first, but the cold of the honey, sorry, the cold of the ice made the honey get really cold and like hard. So it took forever to cool it down. So I needed some simple syrup so it can break up all the bitterness and all of the tartness of the tequila. And so then I went ahead and I need to charge my phone. I went ahead and added this spice drum that I've been making, or that's been sitting in there since the holiday season. It's actually been in there since yeah, since holidays. I made it. When did I make this drum? Hey y'all, welcome into the chat. I'm recording an episode live for my podcast. So welcome. Join in on the conversation, heart the screen and all the things. Um, why did I make it? Oh, I remember, because I know during the holidays, I love a good mimosa. And I went to my one of my favorite restaurants here in San Diego called Trust, and they had a like apple cider mimosa situation going on, and they had made this simple syrup like drum with like spice and cinnamon sticks and all the things. It was delicious. So I decided to make me one. And also it's good for one of my favorite drinks from one of my favorite restaurants called Beauty and Essex, where they take the spice drum and they mix it with bourbon, a peach or a pear puree, and it's so good. And it's called the Woodsman. That's one of my favorites as well. But I had to put a little bit in my tequila mockingbird, which did wonders because because the honey would not soften up fast enough, and I needed to break up all that foolishness. But it's delicious, so I'm having one. So, cheers to y'all. I think TikTok has drinking rules, so I can't show my cocktail or something. But I am having a cocktail, so if you're watching, have one with me. Um, so cheers. Um, but yes, I am trying to go live today. Again, it's my first time, not my first time. It is one of the 5 times that I've ever been live. It's very new to me. You know, it almost makes me feel like the song, I always feel like somebody's watching me. It gives that. It gives that, because someone's always coming in, someone's always coming out. They say that it don't really be your followers that be watching you or that be watching your lives. It's mostly like all kind of different people, but people are joining in. I got 6 people in the room right now. I got 141 likes. This is great. This is great. Amazing. Love this for me. Keep it coming. Um but this week, I don't have a lot to talk about. I have some things that we're going to talk about and get into later on in the episode. But for the most part, it's just been a lot of things going on. Uh, I've been working like crazy. It is warming up here in San Diego after we were having some clouds. I had been back and forth to the Bay Area. It was nice. It was raining on and off when I was there. Then I came back. It was cloudy here. And then after that, today was like 90 degrees. So, I'm just like, girl, what's it giving? Is it giving spring finally? I love that for me. My allergies don't love it, but I love that you girls are out here getting some heat and y'all are able to go and entertain yourselves at the beach. I love that for you. Um, and then, work has been busy as always and forever. And we are kicking off soon our Pride season. Speaking of Pride, parts of Long Beach Pride got canceled last week or this past weekend, which was crazy. And mostly what it seemed like that it was the festival, and they said it was because of permitting. But I sometimes I can get past the fact that sometimes it's a scam set up by Todd, and there's a little bit more to the story than just permits. Um, so I don't know. I haven't read much into it. I do know, and I did see a post about how a lot of the small businesses were affected by it because they had planned, obviously, to go and sell merch or sell whatever goods they were selling, where there was arts and all the things. So I'm pretty sure what money they thought they were going to make, obviously they were not making at that point. Um, So there was that. Um, when I think about pride and I think about where we are right now in our current climate of in the world, I feel like, somebody made a phone call and was like, shut those homosexuals down. But, you never know. Um, just like, San Diego Pride, a lot of the funding, some of the funding for San Diego Pride got cut, which is horrible. But here we are, still trying to make it, still trying to be out here and be happy with the community and engaging the folks as much as possible. Um, and in other news, we did also have a shooting here in San Diego at a mosque, at a school, or near a school, and I believe a few children were hurt, and it was very sad. It happened on Monday, and then the 2 kids that were involved in the shooting then killed themselves. Um, and it was really sad. I mean, We're at a time where a lot of the things going on, um, it's really crazy and it's really sad. And I, whenever stuff like this happens, even though I try not to emotionally put myself or emotionally engage right away, it's then after where I'm like having to rethink and think about the whole thing because now it's on the news. Now it's through all of my timeline. It's through everything that I'm scrolling through on social media. Um, and you're forced to kind of think more about the situation than you would have when you first get the news and the information about things like that. Um, Furthermore, there's a lot of other things going on in my personal life that, I don't necessarily want to have a conversation about today. I'm going to therapy on Friday, and maybe after therapy on Friday, we can have a better conversation about it. But today, I'm not in the mood. Um, I think that one of the other things to talk about in our check-in at the beginning of this show is technology. Can we have a conversation about, Bluetooths and our phones connecting to our radios and how my phone for the last, I want to say, week and a half has not been connecting to my car radio. Granted, I did change it out. I did change my radio. I want to say I changed it not last summer, but maybe the summer before last. And so now it's not connecting to my radio. And I've tried everything. I've tried the hard shutdown, the hard reboot, the plug in with the USB-C cord, the forgetting the Bluetooth connection on my iPhone, forgetting the Bluetooth connection on my radio, adding it to John, Jim, Jack, and Sally on Tuesday. I've done everything and it's still not fucking working, and I can't figure out how to get it to work. And it's ridiculous because I have so many podcast shows to catch up on. I have albums to catch up on. Before I started recording, I actually was listening to some more of one of Drake's three albums. I barely started the second one. I've only listened to one song. Um, I mean, it's just so much that I need to catch up on in order to be able to have these fruitful conversations with you all about this music that we can't talk about because I haven't been able to listen to it. I mean, I could listen to it at home. The sad part is when I get home, when I get home from work or coming from anywhere, there isn't, I barely watch TV. Okay, wait, that's a lie. It's not that I barely watch TV. I watch TV when I feel like watching TV, and sometimes I just don't feel like it because I feel like the TV's always on any other time. My husband's a TV fanatic. He loves to watch television. So I feel like what happens is when he's gone, I just want everything off and I want the house silent. So that is, I think, what happens. Maybe it's a sensory thing. I don't know. Anyway, um, the radio not working in the car is causing issues for me. And I've been having to listen to the radio, um, which I've been listening to, I think, 93.3 for San Diego FM. And the girls on there are interesting. hmm They're interesting. Um, and you know what? You could be saying the same thing about me listening to this podcast. Because what am I talking about, right? And it provides some real perspective in this very moment when it comes to podcasting and when it comes to creating content. Real perspective on, oh, I have to invite my girl Ryan. I hope she's awake. Um, real perspective on like content creation, podcasting, and yapping. Because at first, I would be like, yapping, what's that? Why do we why do people call it yapping? That's so weird and so random. But, it's essentially what we do in this day and age. Hello there. How are you? Thank you. This is my recording office. I'm actually recording my show live as we speak. It's crushed velvet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm recording my episode as we speak, actually, and I'm gonna shout you out. David the Best on TikTok has joined my live. Hi, how's it going? Are you in Albuquerque as we speak? Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. I love that. Have you ever been to the States at all? It's okay. It's a shit show over here. I understand. Yes, thank you. Um, I love it. He was mentioning he's from Albuquerque, Canada, and um, that's crazy. I don't even know how that happens. How does that happen? So, and this be what I be talking about on live. People just joining your lives. I love this. Um, okay. Well, we have we're gonna take a small break and we will be right back. Bye. If you've made it this far in this episode and you haven't subscribed yet, that's wild. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, tap in everywhere, child. Because apparently the algorithm only respects consistency and emotional damage. And to my professional doom scrollers out there, girl, yes, I'm talking to you. If you can scroll for 47 minutes and not press the subscribe button, we can have a full conversation on how you need to go ahead and dedicate yourself to something, girl, because it sounds like you got some dedication issues. Help us beat the algorithm, girl. Like, comment, share, send it to your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your lady friends, your they, them friends. The ones who love to chit chat about all the tea, but never really wanted to start that podcast. Because I want them in my comment box. Don't just watch the Chisme, join the Chisme, girl. Subscribe, follow, and stay connected, honey, because we building something cute up over here, and we want you to be a part of it. Calling all artists, musicians, designers, creatives, and entrepreneurs. If you're building something bold, intentional, and rooted in culture, the Hella Chisme Podcast wants to hear from you. The Hella Chisme Production LLC was created to amplify underrepresented voices, to build community through storytelling and create platforms where creativity and culture are taken seriously. I know we love the chisme over here and we love to talk all the good gossip and the juicy tea. But this is about sharing your story, sharing your history, your lived experience, and to build connection. We want to talk about the process. We want to talk about the passion. We want to talk about the purpose. This is not just a promo for your business. It's storytelling. It's legacy. It's documenting the journey behind your art. If you're creating with intention and building something that deserves to be seen, please tap in. Reach out to chismehellapod@gmail.com. It's in the description box below. Let's tap in and we're going to create something powerful together. And we are back. So I had to get off live, honey, because the stories were a little too spicy, I feel for the TikTok space. And with me just now going live these days, I ain't trying to get banned or nothing like that. I'm trying to keep my TikTok status for right now. So I was like, I gotta go, girls, because I want to get into these stories, honey. And I mean, the last one, I should have started with this one. This one seems a little bit more mild than the last one. But anyway, we are reading still about Dad's fishing buddy, who clearly the young man in the household, the son of the household, has some heated feelings about the fish man. I mean, about the fisherman. Okay, where did I leave off? All right, so let's start here. Nights were when it really started to get to me. After Dad swallowed his pills and passed out upstairs, the house fell silent except for the low hum of the refrigerator and the occasional creak of the old floorboards. Hank would settle on the couch in the dark, usually with a beer, sometimes slipping through channels with the volume barely audible. I would lie in bed trying to sleep, but my mind kept drifting downstairs to him, sprawled out, half naked, legs spread, that thick bulge resting against his thighs. I had known I was gay since high school. I had never let myself think about Hank that way before, or maybe I had buried it deep and refused to look at it until now. One night, I jolted awake around 2 in the morning. The hallway was pitch black, but a faint blue glow spilled from the living room television. I heard it then. I heard it then. The slow, wet sound of hand working flesh, accompanied by deep, controlled breaths and occasional low grunt. My pulse hammered in my ears. I slipped out of my bed, barefoot, and padded down the stairs, staying in the shadows. When I reached the bathroom, the bottom of the steps, I peered around the corner. Hank was stretched out on the couch, gym shorts shoved down mid-thigh. His cock stood rigid, not rigid, honey, rigid, rigid in his fist, honey. What did, hold on. Rigid in his fist, and my phone's doing everything. Where did I leave off? Um, okay, I stood frozen. Uh, One night I jolted away around pitch black. Dot 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 dot. Hank stretched on the couch, gym shorts shoved down the mid-thigh, his cock stood rigid in his fist, easily 8 inches long and thick as my wrist. The shaft veined and heavy, the swollen head glistening with pre-cum under the dim lights. His balls hung low and full between his spreaded thighs, swaying gently with each slow stroke. Those massive forearms flexed rhythmically, biceps bulging, veins standing out under the skin. His rugged beard framed a slack mouth so he was saying, oh, as he breathed harder, eyes closed, head tipped back against the cushion. The pine and sweat smell mixed with a raw musk. Oof. See, this it's the musk. Because musk equally musk, when people say musk, automatically equals must to me. And I understand that y'all feel like it's something different, but I'm just like, is it for real? I don't know. Anyway, with the raw musk of his arousal it filled the entire room, I stood frozen, my own cock throbbing painfully inside my pajamas. I could not tear my eyes away from the way his hand moved, deliberate and unhurried, twisting slightly at the head on every upstroke. His abs tightened, the dark trail of hair leading down his navel disappeared into the grip of his fist. His stroke sped up. The couch creaked under his shifting weight. A deep growl rumbled in his chest. Then his body locked up, thighs trembling, and thick white ropes of cum erupted across his stomach and chest. Some landed as far as the hollow of his throat. He kept milking himself through it until the last pulse, chest heaving, until he finally relaxed and wiped himself clean with a towel he had left on the floor. He tugged the shorts back up, settled, and went still like nothing had happened. Hold on one second. Babe, can you close the door for me? I retreated upstairs on shaking legs, shut my door, and collapsed onto the bed. My hand was inside my pajamas before I even thought about it. I stroked myself furiously replaying every detail, the size of Hank's cock, the way his forearms moved, the heavy scent that still seemed to cling to my skin. I feel like we need to have a whole episode on scents and smells. And you know what? Let me write that down because I feel like, there's I can't seem to wrap my mind around it. And I'm so curious. I'm so curious and taken aback. Oh, okay. Um, okay, I stood closest from inside my pajamas. I could not tear my eyes away from the way his hand sped up, couch, body locked up, thighs trembling, ropes of cum, da 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 da. I retreated upstairs, hands inside my pajamas, size of Hank cock, the way his forearms moved, the heavy scent still seemed clean. All right. Hank was right downstairs. He had no clue I watched, or maybe he did. The possibility kept me awake until dawn. The next few days, was blurred together. Hank showed up every morning like clockwork. He helped Dad with whatever small task could be done from the bed. He walked around the house in the same loose shorts, commando as always, that thick outline of his soft cock swinging with every step. I caught myself staring wherever he bent to pick something up or sat with his legs spread. The memory of the late night scene played on constant repeat in my head. I started waking myself up around 2 a.m. This motherfucker had an internal alarm. Started waking myself up internally on purpose at 2 a.m., hoping to catch him stroking his big cock again. Some nights he did it slow and deliberate, shooting hard across his stomach. Other nights he just slept, leaving me aching and frustrated in the dark. Dab kept saying Hank could stay as long as he liked while his back healed. I nodded, smiled, and agreed. I bet you did. But inside my body hummed every time Hank glanced my way. His dark eyes held mine. Did y'all see that? His dark eyes held mine. Um, this is what happens when you're drinking tequila and trying to read. Waiting for the catch. Agreed, but inside my body hummed every time Hank glanced my way. His dark eyes held mine a second longer than necessary, calm, knowing, like he was waiting for me to catch up to something he had already figured out years ago. The next morning, I came downstairs just after sunrise. Light streamed across the kitchen tiles. Hank stood at the counter, pouring coffee, wearing nothing but a tight pair of gym shorts. His back was to me, broad shoulders rolling as he moved, the deep groove of his spine disappearing into the low waistband. Fresh sweat already clung to his skin from whatever early chore he had finished outside. The palm and sweat, the pine and sweat. It's just, you know, pine. I do like the smell of pine. I do. Because it actually reminds me of one of my favorite places to go, which is Tahoe. Pine and sweat. To me, I think of a Christmas tree. Um, that's yeah, it's a Christmas tree. So this man smelled like a Christmas tree. That's all that keeps replaying in my mind. So pine, sweat, then you say musk. So then I smell kind of that old mothball-y scent mixed with the Christmas tree, which kind of ruins the Christmas tree part for me. So So it's Christmas tree old moth scent balls. I don't know. The next morning I came downstairs just after sunrise. Light streamed across the kitchen tiles. Hank stood at the counter pouring coffee, wearing nothing but a tight pair of gym shorts. His back was to me, broad shoulders rolling as he moved, the deep groove of his spine disappearing into the low waistband. Fresh sweat already clung to his skin. And why is it still there? You know? From whatever clearly chore he had finished outside, why he didn't wipe it off? Why he didn't just go take a shower? Because I'm sure this home has a shower in it. I don't know. Um, and stepped into the room. He turned, mug in hand, and gave me the easy smile. Morning, he said. Your dad's still out cold. Rough night with pain meds. He took a slow sip, eyes steady on mine. He was telling me yesterday you've got real good hands. Said you used to help him fix everything around here when you were younger. All the little fiddly stuff he couldn't be bothered with. I swallowed. My throat felt tight. I bet it did. Hank set the mug down and stepped closer. The heat of him rolled over off his body. So I was thinking, he continued, voice dropping lower. You want to help me bait the hook? Shut the fuck up, Hank. Because who the fuck do you think you talking to asking me to bait your hook? Um, the words landed heavy between us. Bait the hook. Exactly. Who is you talking to like that? It could have been nothing, just fishing talk, but the way he said it, the slight curl at the corner of his mouth, the way his shorts sagged enough to show the dark root of pubic hair, made it anything but innocent. My cock steered instantly, pressing against the front of my shorts. He reached out and brushed his thick forearm against my waist. Casual but deliberate. Relax, he murmured. I've known you were into guys since you were younger. Saw the way you watched me on the camping trips, the way your eyes followed me when I stripped down to jump into the river after a long day on the water. I never said a word. Your dad never suspected, but I noticed and I waited. Figured when the time was right, you'd be ready. My heart slammed against my ribs. He had known all those years, the way he walked around half naked now, the late night sessions on the couch, it had all been for me. Well, Hank hooked a finger into the waistband of his shorts and tugged down just enough for his cock to spring free. It was already thickening, heavy and vein. The fat head flushed dark pink, 8 solid inches, maybe more, girthy enough that my fingers would not meet around the base. Come on, he said quietly. Help me out, just like your dad said. You're good with your hands. I stepped forward, my fingers wrapped around his massive cock. The skin was hot, pulsing in my grip. I stroked slowly, from root to tip, feeling every ridge, every vein. Pre-cum welled at the slit, and dropped onto my palm. Hank exhaled hard through beard shifting as his jaw clenched. That's it, he whispered. That's it. Nice and slow. Feels good. I dropped to my knees without being told. The floor was cold, but I barely noticed. I leaned in, inhaled the thick musk of, you guys, we have to talk about this musk thing. Inhaled the thick musk of him, pine and sweat. We're still here. It's still Christmas. In pure arousal, I took the head into my mouth without him asking me to. My tongue swirled around the flared ridge. He groaned low, one hand settling gently on the back of my head. Hmm. I didn't even have to ask you for a head. For a head, I think he meant. His hip rocked forward in shallow thrust, feeding me more inch by inch until the head bumped to the back of my throat. His balls brushed my chin, heavy and drawn tight. You're better than I pictured, boy, he said. And then it's at these lines where I start to be like, oh no, this is not a real story. This is a writer. But I'm here for it. Let's keep going. You're better than I pictured, boy, he said, voice rough, so fucking eager to suck my cock. Been dreaming about this mouth for years now. I sucked harder, hollowing my cheeks, one hand stroking what I could not fit. Hank's thighs trembled, his thick forearms braced on the counter behind him. After a few minutes, he pulled me off with a wet pop hauled me to my feet and spun me around. Oh God. He bent me over the counter, yanked my shorts down, and spit into his palm. Whoa. Two thick fingers worked into me, whoo, stretching my hole open slowly and carefully until I was panting and pushing back against him. You ready for this, boy? He asked, voice gravel. Yes, sir. Been waiting for you to fuck me. I just want to apologize for anybody listening to this. You can't be serious about anything. I can't because I'm drinking tequila and I'm reading these crazy fucking stories on Reddit. And these people are wild. Um, he lined up his 8-incher and pushed in slowly. The stretch burned sweet, then melted into raw heat as he sank deep. He bottomed out with a groan, hips flush against my ass, balls pressed tight. His pine and his pine and sweat smell enveloped me completely. Those massive forearms wrapped around my chest, holding me close as he started to thrust, long and steady, hitting every perfect spot inside me. The kitchen filled with the sounds of skin meeting skin, wet and rhythmic, his low grunts mixing with my choked moans. He reached around, wrapped his callous hands around my cock, and stroked me in time with his thrust. His beard scraped my shoulders when he leaned in close. Ben waiting, Ben, no, I'm sorry. His beard scraped my shoulder when he leaned in close. Been waiting so damn long for this, he growled against my ear. You and me, our little secret, every morning, every night, whenever we want. He sped up, his hips snapping harder, ball slapping against me. The pressure built fast and unbearable. I came with a sharp cry, spilling over his fist and onto the counter. Hank buried himself hilt, to the hilt, and followed right after me. I don't know what hilt is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Cock pulsing, flooding me with heat, pulse after thick pulse until he was empty. He stayed inside me for a long moment, breathing hard against my neck, arms still locked around me. Then he eased out slowly, turned around, and kissed me deep. His beard rasped against my face, tongue claiming my mouth like he owned it. When he finally pulled back, he smiled, lazy and satisfied. This was just round one, he said. Your dad's going to be laid up for weeks. We've got time. He tugged his shorts back into place. I fixed mine with his shaking hands. He said, bitch, you just took my pussy. You just took me, honey. He wiped the counter clean in silence. Hank poured me coffee like nothing had changed, handed me the mug, and winked. Dad called weakly from upstairs, asking for water. Hank chuckled under his breath. I'll take care of him, he said. You just sit tight. We'll pick this up again real soon. I sank into a chair, body still buzzing, his scent clinging to my skin. Hank had known all along that I was gay. He had waited for the right moment. Now the line was tight. The hook set deep, and I was caught exactly where I belonged. Wow. I mean, what a story. What a story. You know, what are we to say? This boy just got his brains fucked out by a fisherman Hank, the pine Christmas tree mothball smelling fisherman Hank, who he clearly has been lusting after honey. He has been wanting that dangling that he did not know was 8 inches and girthy until the second Hank pulled his dick out while they were in the kitchen doing unsanitary things. And Hank still clearly smelling like Christmas trees and mothballs. And I love that for him. You know, there's nothing I can say about it. Um, yeah. um, there's no need for me to take another break. I hope you enjoyed this, whatever this was. I just wanted a free for all episode, like we've done before, this episode reminded me of when Stephanie and I would read Reddit stories or do shoot the shit episodes and talk about whatever. And and you all loved those episodes. So this one's for the homies, the ones that's been listening from the beginning, the ones that, love when it's not super um drawn out or put together. Um it's just to have fun. And it's definitely for the homosexuals. So I wish, honestly, sorry if you guys hear Wesley. He's having a moment. I wish I wasn't live earlier and could have read fully everything that was happening in the story with the roommates because that shit was unhinged. Um, and yeah, but otherwise, thank you for listening. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all of our platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Also subscribe to my Substack. I am getting back into making sure I'm getting consistent again. I have some time off this week, so the goal is to get some things scheduled so then, some things can start coming out. So make sure to do that. All the things will be in the underneath for box. I love y'all. Thank you for listening. Have a good, long, and safe weekend. Bye.